What's going on, guys? It's Battleline72 here. I'm coming at you with a new Battlefield 1 video. I am playing the game mode Conquest, and I'm playing one of the new maps on the Apocalypse DLC, Passchendale. And I wanted to take the time and say I'm sorry, guys, that I did not make any videos at all last weekend. Reason being because I got hit with a bad snowstorm, and it was like 50-mile-an-hour winds, snow everywhere, and yeah, I had no power. I can't make any videos without any electric in the house. So I just want to say I'm sorry, guys. I'm alive. Don't have to worry. So if you're wondering, that's the reason why. But anyway, going back to the game. I'm using the Passchendale, the infantry variant, and I have a bayonet with it. And I have the good old trustworthy 1911. The gadgets I'm using are the K-bullets, the spotting flare, and incendiary grenades. And just a little FYI for your info, I do own a Passchendale and I do own a 1911. Yes, I am a gun enthusiast, but I'm not insane. I was taught the quality of life. I know how to handle guns in a safe manner. So, but anyway, sorry about that again. Going back to the game. So, a little bit of history on the Battle of Passchendale. Now, the infantry assault started on July 31st, but 10 days before British troops decided that they were going to push up, they actually did an artillery barrage. And their whole idea, the British Empire's whole idea was, oh, brute force. After the artillery barrage, we're going to push up troops, and while the German Empire is weak, and we're just going to take over everything and try to end this battle. But British troops were in for a nasty surprise. The 10-day bombardment was useless. It did not help. German troops were still dug in deep, and they gave the British everything that they had, and British were shocked, and they kind of had no backup plan. They just kept saying, "Oh, keep pushing, keep pushing. We're gonna take them out with brute force," you know. And needless to say, this attack did not work at all. Now, mind you, with the British bombing or doing the 10-day bombardment before they moved in on July 31st, trees just burnt down, blown to pieces. Huge craters in the ground were made because of this bombardment, and it looked just like hell on earth. Like, it was bad. And basically just destroyed all the terrain of Passchendale. And like I said, British were in for a rude awakening when they started to push up and try to use brute force to get the Germans out of their trenches. And when they kept fighting, and they kept fighting over and over in months to come, some bad weather came about. And it was just rain, and you would think, oh, it's just rain, nothing of it. But the rain had a lot to do with the British offensive being put on hold for a while, because with all the craters that were put into the ground from the artillery barrages, all them craters filled with water, or filled it up with rain, and it was making it hard for British troops to use their weaponry. So guns were getting, you know, just stuffed with mud and basically unusable. Also, when they tried pushing tanks up, tanks were getting stuck in mud pits and couldn't move. Tanks were basically unusable then. And apparently there's even been some rumors that even horses and troops would drown in these craters. Now, that must be a really big crater if you have a horse, let alone just a trooper, drowning in these pits. I mean, it's crazy how all these conditions that these troops had to go through. I'm just mind blown. Like, I'm speechless. But eventually, Britain did catch a break, because they did actually have a lot of help during this offensive. I only know of the Canadian troops helping them out. There are probably other empires that were helping them out, but like I said, I only know of the Canadian troops helping them out. and Canadian troops started to attack a town called Linz. I think that's how you pronounce it, Linz. And that is where the German Empire actually had all their supplies stocked, so that way they wouldn't run out of supplies. And it was a town that really wasn't too far away from Passchendale. And I mean, think about it, it's kind of a good idea. You wouldn't want to go 10 miles away from a battlefield and try to get supplies, and you come back and then there's nothing there. But Canadian troops attacked Linz, and that made an impact on the Germans to make the decision, hey, we need people to go to that town of Linz because we do not want to lose all of our supplies. Well, that caused a little ruckus for the German Empire, and eventually the British Empire would break through and end this horrible battle on November 6th of 1917. But it would cost it a hefty price for the British Empire. The British Empire lost 200 to 400,000 men, and the German Empire only lost around 200 to 30,000. Now, them numbers are crazy. Like I said, I would not want to partake in this battle at all, but getting off of history. Now, my opinions on this map. I think DICE did an excellent job. Like, this map is beautiful. It fits the description when you go into history books or if you go on the internet to look up this battle. They basically nailed it. There's gas in the background. Trees are burning, like terrain's burning. There's non-stop craters in the earth. Buildings are all broken down. Like I said in the beginning of the video, it's hell on earth, and I think DICE nailed it on this map, considering that it's also just regular conquest and it's not conquest assault. I prefer regular conquest, and this map flows smoothly with just regular conquest. I think if you had conquest assault, this would not be a really good map at all. It flows really smoothly. Mainly an infantry map, not a lot of vehicular combat in this map at all. But like I said, I think DICE nailed it. I mean, you got, like I said, craters in the earth. It looks like radiation on the ground in the rain puddles because it's just like glowing green. I mean, it almost feels like you're actually in the battle, considering on how detailed DICE was on this. I gotta give a thumbs up for DICE and everything that they've done on this. So, thumbs up for me. But I'm gonna stop talking. I'm gonna let the video play out, and I will see you guys in the next video. Make sure you share the video, like, subscribe, comment down below, and I will talk to you guys later. Peace.
Watch it, there's a scout.